So, in my opinion, one of the hardest things to figure out as you're growing your beard or maintaining your beard is how and where to do your cheek line. And it can kind of vary from guy to guy, but also as you change beard shapes, as your beard gets longer, you can kind of vary that a little bit. And we're going to talk about all the details today. So, welcome, guys. My name's Brian. This is my Beards and Banjos YouTube channel where we try to help you grow your best beard possible. Thank you so much for joining me. I've done a couple of tutorials on cheek lines, but today's kind of more of a discussion. I am letting my cheeks grow out a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. So I don't like fuzzy cheeks on me. Kind of depends on your beard style and what you're looking for. If you're going for a real natural look, then you can kind of keep these fuzzy if you want. For me, it's definitely, if I grow this stuff out, it's not contributing to the length of my beard, and it's actually taken away from what I'm going for, which is a little bit more of a polished, sharper look. Now, I don't go too super sharp with my line because my growth pattern's not there and my color is not there, right? So everybody's growth patterns are a little bit different. Your cheek line may be way up here high and you can kind of carve it in like you want, or it may be really patchy through here and you kind of keep it a little bit lower. In that case, you may want to grow out if you've got a good underbeard, is to get a little more length on it this way, because in general, as the length of your beard gets longer, basically like pulling your whole face, and it's okay, in my opinion, to have like more cheek lines showing if you've got a longer beard. It all kind of keeps everything in proportion to me. So just some of those considerations to think about as you're figuring out what style or shape of beard you want. If you ever have any questions for me, reach out. You can DM me on Instagram, send me pictures, ask me about trimming advice. I'd be glad to help you with any of that if I can. I've helped a lot of guys here over the years doing that. All right, so as I was saying, I've got a lighter colored beard. So if I try to go really, really sharp and get a defined line, what's going to happen if I'm not careful is it's not going to look sharp enough. So I'm going to go a little bit lower and go a little bit lower just because of the eyeball test. But also you can mess up your cheek line and go too low because it's really hard to see what you're doing. I want you to think about what the tools that you use for a cheek line kind of thing. So you could use something like a razor. I try to get the slimmest kind of razor I can. So a little slim twin works for me. It's got the least amount of area on the bottom. So I can just kind of do that. But I can also kind of go around in a little arc just to kind of keep the top of my cheek line working. I like using the little shaver in between. Like every day, I just use a little electric razor, a little shaver up there. And then once a week, I kind of do this with my slim twin once or twice a week. And then when I'm doing my big beard trims every 3 to 4 weeks, something like that, if I need to do a little bit of adjustment because things have ridden too high, then I can do that. Better ride too high than ride too low, because then it takes a while to grow everything back up, if you will. So that's about the best thing I can use. Now you'll see barbers, they like using the trimmers, and we're going to do a video coming up soon, just kind of comparing the trimming at home versus going to a barber. And one of the things I'm going to mention is the angles, right? Because this is the Brio axis, and I've gotten an additional attachment, it's the T-blade attachment. And what you'll see with the barbers, let me see if I can turn this way here, is they go straight down and they kind of create your arc, your cheek line. I can't see that. You can't see that. Even if I had the right mirrors in the right spot, it's like this is blocking my eyesight. So that makes it really difficult. One thing that doesn't block your eyesight is a straight razor, but it is really tough to master the straight razor on it without going down too far or cutting yourself. Also, you've got to either be ambidextrous and use both hands, or you've got to go one way on one side and then you flip it around here and you go the other way. So it takes a lot of skill. I have not mastered the straight razor. I use it every once in a while, but then it's like, it's just a little bit too much aggravation, a little bit too much anxiety when I use that straight razor. I just kind of go back and do the other things. So it can be awkward, it can be difficult to see. Also, faces aren't symmetrical. Mine's definitely not. I've got one ear. This ear is a whole lot bigger than this ear. My face is all whoppy jawed. My nose is crooked and everything else. So if you're trying to eyeball and try to get the same kind of shape on both sides, it's kind of tough. It's like, what do you go by? So normally you go from your sideburn area, and if you're trying to grow as high as you can, you go to the top of your mustache. But if you get the separate mustache like I've got, you want to go to probably about the corner of your lip. And then doing that on both sides and trying to keep it even can be tough. So there's all sorts of attachments and cut buddies. And I had this tool here that you can use. I don't even remember how to do it now. Yeah, this way. And you can kind of line it out. So you can use your barber pencil to do that. But once again, it becomes kind of aggravating. So for me, that cheek line is one of the most aggravating things to get right, especially if you're looking for a more polished look. If not, just let it all grow and then go from there. And I like keeping up with it like on a daily basis. I don't like, and I'm letting mine grow out right now. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see a little bit of growth there. I like maintaining mine on a daily basis with the shaver and then with the little slim twin instead of waiting weeks and weeks and weeks when I get a beard trim or when I trim my beard to actually go in and create the line. I like getting the line established and just maintaining it as much as I can and only tweaking it when I have to. That's what works for me. Let me know what works for you on managing your cheek lines, because I know that's it can be a little bit tough for folks to figure out how to do that. And as always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next video.